Uh-oh. We're live there, Waynette. Hey, good evening, everybody out there in Chester County, Coatesville, and on my Facebook page. You know I love my theme song, right? So this is Tuesday night, and we are live on City Town Talk, and I have a fantastic guest this evening. I can't wait to dig in. But first, I want to go and see if we got any viewers out there, because all of my viewers, you know, we need you to tune in, and then we want you to share, just to share stuff. You know, like rumors. You know how we do with rumors? Share that thing so everybody can get it. Because today we have a lovely, lovely, I don't know if we call her authoress or author, but we have a young lady who has written a book, and I can't wait to hear how this whole thing came about. I am just so excited. I feel like I know a star. I don't know whether I should just ask her questions or try to get her autograph, but it don't matter because we're gonna make something happen on here right about now. Now let me see if I'm on the right track, because I want to make sure that my viewers are checking in. So just be patient with me, okay, Wayne? I mean, Waynette?
Sure. Yes, absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely.
Sometimes I do so much stuff that I need to do less, but that's okay. It's a beautiful day, man. I'm just so grateful that God has allowed me to see another day. And I'm telling you, there's so many good things that's happening this week. So while I get my phone up so I can see the viewers, I want to tell you a little bit about what's happening this week, because we don't want you to forget. Don't forget that Amisha Phillips and David Phillips Jr. will be having their annual initiative down there at Gateway Park, where they feed everybody, anybody whosoever shall come will be fed, and they have clothes down there, sneakers, shoes, and everything. I mean, it's just a fantastic thing that they do. It starts at 3 o'clock tomorrow, and it'll be down there at the City Gateway parking lot. So when in doubt, check them out. And if you want to volunteer, reach out to them. Hey, Nelson, it's good to see you. Reach out to see if you can volunteer. See, I'm using all this airtime to get my phone up. I had to reboot it and all that stuff. But that don't bother me, because it don't bother me. And don't forget, Wednesday night, live at New Life in Christ Fellowship, located at 1 South 5th Avenue. The Ministers Alliance is coming together, and they're having like a community prayer. Well, I'm not going to say like a community prayer thing. I'm going to say it exactly the way it is. Because we're going to make this thing, if I can find it. Okay, it's going to be a Thanksgiving Eve celebration, ladies and gentlemen. And it will be held, sponsored by the Minister Alliance, with Apostle Bobby Duncan, President, Elder Montez O. Jones is Vice President, and we have Reverend Randall Harris, who is the Secretary. Now, let's see how we're doing. So that's going to be held at New Life in Christ Fellowship Church tomorrow evening, and it starts at 7 p.m. I want you all, when in doubt, check them out. Come on, you know, and you can have some prayer for the community. I just see it as a great day to come out and fellowship with each other before y'all go in and start picking out and eating like dogs on Thursday. I think it's a fantastic. You go ahead and do some stuff for other people. Have some prayer, go home and eat. Now, okay, so here we go. Let me see. I'm finally tagged in. Let's see. Ravana, it's good to see you. Christina Lee, Nelson Ojeda, it is good to see y'all. The Carters are here, Wayne. Well, you know they're gonna be here. You know, but that Jack and that Wayne, and we're gonna talk about that Wayne guy too in a minute. Kathy Smith, it is good to see you. Happy Thanksgiving. I hope y'all went down there and got some of them free pies down at the Lucan Center. They had 300 pies. I got 2 my doggone self. So I'm real grateful for that. But first of all, hey, Wayne, why don't you say hello to all your fans and tell us a little bit how your day has been?
Hello, hello, hello. And first of all, just I want to thank God for letting me be here. And also thank you for reaching out, Fonz, and using your platform to bring me on to help promote my book. I just want to say hello to everyone. I'm excited. I'm getting there. I wasn't that excited, but I am. My day has been going pretty doggone good because every day is a good day.
And yeah, and before we came on screen, hey, Marsha Harris, top of the evening to you. Hey, and if you want to get some shout outs or if you have any questions, Waynette will answer them in real time. Now, I don't know, I'm gonna call Waynette Carter Cox whenever I want to say all three names, but it'll be just Waynette. But I was just so intrigued by the two last names and everything. So it is so good. But now, Waynette, I asked Waynette a question before we got on, and I would like for her to share that. I said, how is your Thanksgiving? Are you getting prepared? Or do you, no, I said, do you celebrate Thanksgiving? And what was your retort there, Waynette?
I said Thanksgiving is every day to me. That's what I said.
All
I
right.
do. I mean, that's how I look at it. I don't always like the whole turkey and the traditional things, but to me, I'm just grateful. So it's something to be thankful for. And I just choose not to make one day a special day when we have every day.
That's good
I'm
stuff. Good
learning just
stuff.
to find something good every day because, it can be, how life can show up. But anyway,
Wait a minute. Donna Rowland said, got my book, Firstborn. What is that?
that means firstborn. She's the firstborn in her family, and I'm firstborn in mine. So we're sister-in-laws. We share our siblings are married. Wayne and Jackie. The
Yeah,
card.
okay.
Right. So Donna is Jackie's oldest sister, and I'm Wayne's oldest sister. So we call each other firstborn.
And that Donna Rowland, she's came on the scene since she got with this club called NAACP. She been hitting the streets hard. She's
Yes.
she's signing people up. She's really involved. Donna Rowland, we really appreciate your spirit.
Yeah.
I know I do. Let me see who else we got out there.
Yeah.
Iris Holmes just checked in, my spiritual mentor.
Yes.
Oh, wait a minute. Carrie Arvilla Hunt said, hello, my dear. So proud of you. I need she needs 4 books for her grandbaby. So you make sure she gets that. And as far as Miss Arvilla Hunt, they hosted a fantastic prayer breakfast Saturday.
I heard about it. I heard it. Amazing. And if you weren't there, you actually missed something.
Yeah,
so
man.
thank God for her and her ministry as well.
Hey, look, man, they be doing some stuff, man. I'll be like,
them women right there are such an inspiration. If you ride through town and you see what they're out in the community doing, if you don't really want to be a part of something, then you're missing a whole message.
Hey, look,
each and every one of them, because I'm proud of them as well. Like they've actually encouraged me to get up and do something. So
they was doing so much stuff. I joined them. And I ain't no woman. I said, look, can I do something? Had me hanging out on the corner with.
Because when I would ride by, I would be like, well, Jesus, they're making me feel bad at this point, And it wasn't about making me feel bad. It was what the Lord put on them to do.
Yeah.
And that's what you have to understand. So I bless him for putting it on them and them being the amazing women that they are. Each and every one of them.
Hey, look, there's so many people. I may not even get a chance to ask you a question because there's so many people that they're feeling you. So let me just read some of the stuff they said. Christina Lee, no, let's start with Iris. She said, to God be the glory, beautiful queen. I am proud of you. Keep allowing God to use you. That's that Iris.
I love you, Iris. That's my baby girl. She knows it.
Ain't she something else though?
Yeah, she's a beautiful woman as well. And it's one queen to another. You have to be something in order to recognize it.
Yeah. Okay, now look, here goes your rest of your fan club. Christina Lee said, looking forward to getting my signed copy at the event. And we're going to talk about that event later. So don't spill the beans. But Christina, she's going to put some signatures up on your book. Donna Rowland, yes, encourage each other. All right, that's enough of you, Donna. Seriously. Nelson Ojeda said he would like one book.
I'm sorry.
Wait a minute. Nelson Ojeda said he would like a book.
No problem.
So now I think you may recognize this person. I'm not sure. Amina Nicole Skelton.
Oh, absolutely. That's my baby sister.
I didn't want to say anything.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Listen, Gloria had 4, and I'm never going to deny us. We are who we are. That's my baby sister. Okay. Hey, girl.
Man, the gang is all here. Let me see. Okay, Jacqueline Carr said, very proud of our sister. Boy, your family is up here.
Yes, I love. Listen, they're my heroes and sheroes. Those two. They're all amazing. They really are, and I thank them for supporting me and encouraging me even through my mess.
Hmm.
So I'm grateful to each and every one. They're a blessing.
Okay, so now look, it's time for people other than your family to know a little bit about
I
Waynette.
know that's right.
Let's talk about Waynette. Let's take you back to school. Let's go back into the high school. First of all, what kind of student was you? Was you all right?
Um, I think yeah, I was a pretty good student. Yeah, I was good, average student.
Hmm.
I kind of like dipped in and out. I was one of those students that couldn't wait to get out of school, if you
Hmm.
will.
Yeah.
Yeah, so just rushed right on out of high school and didn't even think about, down the road. Like, hey, you're gonna look up, and you're gonna be a certain age. So yeah, high school. I
So,
was a
so,
good student though.
so was there anything special that you liked to do in high school that you thought you wanted to do when you grew up?
Probably as silly as I am, be a stand-up comedian, but I never had the courage to pursue that because I could make a small group of people laugh, but I guess the initial fear was to get up there and be booed.
Uh-huh.
So, that kind of was like, all right, well, we won't do that. So
Well, so was there anybody that you saw at that time that made you want to be a stand-up comedian, like somebody you wanted to emulate?
um I remember as a very young girl, I used to sit on the bed on the steps, and my mom used to listen to Richard Pryor. I
Hmm.
wasn't trying to be Richard Pryor, but
Right, right.
his jokes and how he made people laugh. And then there was Mom's Mabley and
Hmm.
Flip Wilson. So coming up in that era, that was what I grew up with. So that's what I had to look forward, who I looked at. And there's some others, but like not.
Well, that's okay. That's okay. All right. So now, look. So now you're in school. Now, what were some of your? Did you have any hobbies back then?
Um, yeah, I don't want to really. Yeah, I did high school stuff, but
Okay.
I did. I will say English was one of my favorite majors in school. I
Hmm.
really was. I really enjoyed English, psychology.
Okay. So you always been deep.
Then I did. I would do like little writing, little short stories and things like that, but just never really tapped into it. But
Oh
always
man.
liked to do it. Always
Okay.
liked to
Wait a
do
minute. Now, somebody says. Marsha Harris says, "Tell him about the pageants. Talk to me. What about
Oh,
the pageants?"
okay. Wow. Yeah. So when I was in ninth grade, we had a Miss Scott High pageant, and shout out to all my girls that was there. It was in Scott High School. I was in ninth grade, and we put a pageant together. Encouraged them to allow us to have our first pageant. So we had a Miss Scott High, and I had the nerve to enter it.
Uh,
And I was the firstborn. My mom was the only girl. So when I was born, my grandparents made a big deal out of it. So fast forward, when the pageant was over and they announced the winner, my cousin Michelle Carter won. My grandmother thought that they said, wait, that Carter, and she just lost it. And I felt so bad for her.
oh,
But yeah, I was in a pageant in ninth grade, played some sports, did a little bit of basketball, field hockey.
all right. That is so cool. Hey,
Yeah.
Beatrice Butler just checked in and she is watching. Beatrice, top of the evening. Unless you've been sleeping under a rock, we have none other than Miss Waynette
Hey,
Carter Cox,
Beatrice.
ladies and gentlemen, author extraordinaire who's on the set. And I'm just learning some stuff about Waynette because I'm a late bloomer. I've only been here 33 years. And from what I understand, the Carter's been here since the beginning of time. So I'm trying to find out a little bit about that family. First person I met in the Carters was Wayne when I got here. And me and him been tight ever since. Okay, now, can you tell the viewers a little something about yourself that most people don't know?
Um, yeah, probably that I'm actually a crybaby. I'm really, really sensitive. I know I
Oh,
don't come off like that to people, but my feelings can easily be hurt. And it was something else I was thinking about what they didn't know. Oh, that I have a son. I do. I have a son. He's 23.
okay.
A lot of people didn't know that, but yeah.
And the gentleman's name?
Andre
All
Carter.
right, ladies and gentlemen,
Shout out.
you heard it first. That's right. We're breaking news here on City Town Talk. We're talking about Andre, ladies and gentlemen.
I know
Ain't
that's
nobody
right.
playing with y'all. Oh, wait a minute. Now, everybody seems to agree, whether you know it or not, that you were funny back then, because quite a few people I'm hearing. I would say, this is so exciting. She is a funny girl. She loves to laugh because evidently you used to work at the VA, right?
Oh yeah, all the way up until they fired me. But anyway, it was
So you had them laughing all the way until they ushered you out the
yeah.
door. How
Oh,
about that one?
listen, all the way down the hill, around the gate, and like everything was funny. All the way up until I woke up and realized that I didn't have a job. But
Woo!
Iris, we listen. When I tell you that if I was to ever have to go back into workforce, or if I was younger and I was able to, I would want her to be my coworker, because we got our work done, but we cracked up laughing the whole day. Like, and she just has that spirit that really pushed me and kept us, going. Because we worked together, and it's so funny because it got to the point where we communicated with our eyes. Like if we were in a meeting, it's something we knew, she would just look at me and I'd look at her and she'd be like,
yeah, like
I'm
why
like,
don't she shut up or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, like why don't they sit down?
And I know she's cracking up laughing because we used to just carry on, and it is what it is.
Well, right now you got Virginia Patterson that's laughing out loud, and
Yeah.
Jacqueline Carter said she's got jokes.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
What better person than Jacqueline to know that? Hey,
That's
Robert X, it's good to see you this evening. Now, let me see. I'm still saying greetings to Denise A. Talton Brown. Denise, you think you got enough names? That's about 4 of them right there.
Buddha.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Hey, look, hey, how we doing so far? I'm feeling this. I'm liking this. What you think?
Oh yeah, this is awesome. This is
we're
great.
sitting down chatting now because people want to know some stuff. All right, now look, you've done so much in your life and everything like this. So you've dabbled in different areas. Let me ask you, is there a certain career or job choice or something that you like more so than anything else? Other than being an author now.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. No, the author, yeah, that's another part of journey of my life. But I just always been a steward to help people, like to advocate for people that struggle to advocate for themselves. Mm-hmm. And the human service field.
Okay.
Is what I gravitate to the most.
Hey, look, we got some more people that's checking in. I'm telling you, I need to have you on every week. Hey, Latifah. Oh. Latifah Towels just checked in. Latifah, it is always good to see you. Latifah, I was pumping up your bank earlier for somebody that was going to Citadel. You know how I feel about that, right? But anyway, I like to pump up my Coastal Savings Bank, even though they're a different name now. Norma Miller Butler has checked in. That's a couple of Butlers right now that just checked in. Okay. Beatrice and Norman. Good to see y'all this evening. Now, let me see. Okay. In your resume, you express your feelings and the importance of education. Why has education been so important to you?
I would say probably because me personally, knowing what I know and the way things are, is that I would have went straight after high school to get my degree. Yeah. But I took one of those lunch breaks. Yeah. When June came, I said, I'm gonna take the summer off, and then the summer turned in 2 years. Yeah. But I will say this, and I need to just be totally clear about this. School is not for everyone. I'm not saying if you didn't go to school, you're not successful. That's not the message that I'm saying. What I'm saying is education is important in all areas of our lives, because we have to be able to be taught some things. Mm-hmm. And the more open and receptive you are with your brain and your learning, then the more successful you'll be within your personal life. Okay. So education doesn't just mean going into a building and with books and learning that way. You can I would encourage people that whatever your craft is, whatever you like to do the best, and just educate yourself on how to be the best that, whatever that is. That's what I stress about education. Period.
That's some good stuff right there. She preaching.
Yeah,
And teaching
I'm
right
just
there.
saying, like, I need to be totally clear about people with the whole education thing, because I don't mean go and rack up a whole bunch of student loans. Yeah, don't get that message, because that's not, I'm saying latch on to some people that are going somewhere and doing something and know some things, and open up and let them teach you some stuff. You know, I'm 59 years old and I'm still trying to be teachable. It's a lot of things I don't know. I'm not going back to school because my brain can't take it. Right. But yeah, education is just allow yourself to be educated. Period.
All right, now on my list, first of all, I gotta say good evening to Linda Pinkney and Bernadette Runner. But look, I don't know if y'all just missed that, but she just told a lesson there about that educational piece. And she said at her age, you're still open to learn and in regards to the craft and everything like that. And right now, I'm engraving. I'm 71 years old, and I brought an engraver last year. And I have to read and I had to make mistakes and all that stuff, so that's I can create a product that people will pay for. So yes, man, you're never too old to learn some stuff. She just said that, so I'm not even going to elaborate on that anymore. Now, look, here's something I found out very interesting. Now, I typed it out, but I want to just know. Wayne is your brother, right?
Yes.
Where does his name Michael come from?
Okay, so the story that I got, and I know that it was to be true, is that I'm 62, he was 64. So back in 1964, there was a song out called Michael the Lover.
Oh yeah.
Right? You remember that song?
Oh boy, do I ever.
Okay. Well, my mother's water had broke and they were on their way to the Old Coastville Hospital, and that song was on. And she was carrying on in the back seat, according to my uncle, and he was trying to calm her down. And he said to her, "Oh, Gloria, if you have a boy, let's name him Michael." So he's Michael the Lover.
Oh man, well that's all right.
Yeah.
Well, he found his love interest in Jackie Carter. He better not try to be no lover nowhere else.
I'm trying to listen. Let me tell you something. When I grow up, I wanna be like them. I want that bond that they have, because it's unbreakable. And it's amazing how I watched two people actually grow up together. You know, so she's a +2 for me, because I got a sister and a sister-in-law. It doesn't get any better than that.
Well, that's all right. That's right. Hey, we got some new people that just checked in. Shanina Deanna, April is watching Waynette. She loves you. That's what Shanina Deanna said.
And I love her too. Yes.
Yes.
Love them. They my girls.
Darian Lawrence, it's good to see that you checked in. Who else we got? You know, this is so interesting. Okay. Now, what is it that you're doing now? I know you're an author part-time, or do you have another career that you're doing, another job? What is it that you're doing in that area?
No, right now I'm just kind of helping out here and there. I'm a grandmother. I have 4 beautiful grandchildren. I have a beautiful daughter, a son-in-law. So yeah, I help my uncle do things around the church. So yeah, I hang out with my friends, that the few that I do have. Okay. We together, but right now, no, I'm not actually physically working.
But that could be a full-time job doing what you're doing.
Well, I just realized, Fonz, that when I woke up this morning, every morning, well, I didn't wake myself up, but God did. So I look around and I'm thinking, what do I have to do today? And I'm looking for one of them days where I don't have to do anything at all.
It ain't happening. Said it ain't happening. Yeah,
well, you know what? It's looking like that right now. So I'm like, take one for the team and keep moving. So I just be, taking my vitamins, drinking some good coffee, and trying to keep it moving.
That is all right. That's a blessing. Hey, look, Lisa Stanley checked in. Kathy Smith said, "Friends forever." Man,
oh my God.
A lot of people like you on here.
Oh, I love them. I love them because when you put love in the atmosphere, it has a way of coming back to you. And I'm very sincere about people in my life and people that I love. I make sure that they know their love while they're here.
Please, would you?
I don't let them, I won't, if they leave here, they already know.
That's right. And that's right. Don't give me no flowers after I'm gone. You better give me them things
No,
while I can smell them.
no,
Say
yeah,
something.
yeah. How about that? Because I love them, yeah. So if you want to give me something, give them to me while I'm breathing.
All right, now let's talk about this book. How
Okay.
did the journey begin in regards to you writing this book?
Let me take a deep breath.
Take a deep breath and take your time.
Okay, I definitely will. And I'm going to be brutally honest. So
Please.
anybody that knows me knows that I'm going to just keep it 100. So what happened was, like I said, I always wanted a creative write, and I did write here and there, a couple little stories and things like that. But the pandemic came.
Mm-hmm.
The pandemic came. And I was either going to turn into a wine fairy, or I was going, I was going to allow the Lord to use me. So after the first 3 weeks of drinking all the wine I could drink, I said, Lord, I can't do this for this whole pandemic. You know what I mean? So he said, I need you to write a children's book and tell the children about me. And I'm like, well, I'm a grown woman. Are you sure you people, they're going to go like, and I'm like, how am I supposed to do this? Listen, you, that's not my problem. So then I just started doodling and thinking, and I prayed and did a little meditating on it. Came up with a character. And then hit a storyline one day. Just sat there and just was like, okay, I can create this little girl who's inquisitive and who's bright and funny, and someone that the children would admire, and somebody that they want to connect with and be her friend. Somebody that a kid that has knowledge but yet innocence, wisdom. So yeah, the storyline came pretty much, I wanted to include all children. I didn't want to be specific about a certain group of people or, certain ethnicity. I wanted it to be, well, I didn't want it to be, God said, if you're going to talk about me, he created us all. Yes, I couldn't just bubble.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's pretty universal. I did get some feedback about God's hands, the cover. They appear to be white, which
yeah.
Mines are white too. So yeah, I wanted to address that really quick. I never saw God's hands, so I don't know what color they actually are, to be honest with you. But yeah, the story is about this young lady trying to get a message through to all of us. Yeah, so that's where it came from.
All right, hold on just for a second. Rita Brown, I see you, and I'm glad you have checked in. Baldy Gibbs, top of the evening to you. If you don't know it right now, this is like one nice chat. Me and Waynette Carter Cox are sitting down talking about her past, her present, and her future. And we hitting on Lizzy's lips to God's ears. Am I correct? Is that it?
Yes, from Lizzy's lips to God's ears.
Man, we talking about that right now. Look, so now, Waynette, continue. Excuse me for interrupting you, but continue.
So yeah, so he was, I was told just write this story about me, and I'm like, well, what am I supposed to say? And it's like, that's not, so figure it out. And I did. I came up with a storyline that I thought would be interesting for the audience. You have to, it's a quick read because I feel like you need to engage people, keep them, get them, you bring them in, and you engage them, and then you let them go. You don't, you don't drag it all the story out. So I needed the kids to be willing to pick it up, read it. Oh, it's a quick read, and get the message. About Lizzy herself, I'm not an artist. My grandfather was a self-taught at 62. Rest in peace, Lee Carter Sr. But I can't draw. So I struggle with the character, trying to figure out, like, how am I going to get this thing? How am I going to get this young lady? How can I bring her to life? Said another prayer. and the Lord said she's going to be at church. The person, no, he said the person that's going to draw Lizzy will be at church. So I started thinking about, when you go to church, people usually sit in their little area,
Yeah.
and I'm thinking, I'm looking all around where my church, and I'm like, well, Well, 2 weeks went by and nothing. And so that after that second week, I was like, okay, well, Lord, you said that the person was here. I'm here. What's up? Well, lo and behold, he was like, well, they're sitting on the right. And people don't have to believe me because I know what he told me, but I looked over and this young lady was sitting with her little pad doodling. So after church, I'm like, I only saw her mother at first. I didn't see her because she was like slouched down. So I'm like, I wonder if it's her. Anyway, when church was over, I went over to him and I said, does anybody draw in your family? And she said, this one right here. That's all she does is just doodle, doodle, doodle. I'm like, really? So she was like, yeah. So I started getting hyped. And I said, if I pay her, will she draw a character for me for my book? And I wrote down the description of Lizzy, what I wanted her to look like. And I was out eating with some friends and her mother emailed it to me like 3 days later. And I just burst out crying at the table when I checked my emails because my phone had dinged.
Wow.
And it was like, what's going on? And I was like, Jesus, this young lady gave me Lizzy.
Wow.
And so, I said, okay, well, I took that and I was like, all right, well, I need you. So I said, here, let me pay you for some more characters. So in the beginning of it, it's just a couple of Lizzy's friends. It's not a fully illustrated book because that would have took much longer. And the Lord wanted me to just get the message out right now. So so that's how I did design the cover myself. God's hands releasing Lizzy to us and the whole cover, but the actual Lizzy herself was created, was drawn. I created her, but it was drawn by Anaya McGivney, and I need to shout her all the way out.
There you go. Hey, look, Jerry Peterson checked in. Jerry, it is good to see you. Man, this is an interesting interview. Jerry said she can't wait to get hers. We don't want to say a whole lot about Lizzy because people ain't gonna know about the book. No. Look, now I gotta get the book. But look, when you was just telling the story, now this is just a side. I have questions here, but I'm seeing how God started grooming you back when you was in school. You said you liked English and you like writing these little short stories and stuff like that. And I'm not going to calculate the years between then and when the pandemic hit and he finally told you to use what your initial passion was years ago. Now you're going to use it for his glory in a simple book with a simple message. And he already had, you see what I'm saying?
Somebody, you better preach.
Hey, you smell what I'm cooking?
You better preach.
No, they say it was preordained before the beginning of time, like boom, bada, bing. And he, come on now. See, I'm starting to get chills up and down my arms. Because,
You gotta, if you're a believer, you will. If you know who your creator is, you will be excited about what you're saying because it's real.
Yeah, and the thing is, all those things,
if you allow yourself to be used.
And check this out. All those other different things that happened between then that seemed like it wasn't going to lead to this, all of a sudden it led to this. Even the pandemic, which was a blessing to get what he, come on now. I know that a preacher. I ain't no preacher. I'm just saying. I'm just a guy on City Town Talk. But I see what he done did with you.
Oh yes.
Plus he ain't done. All right. Let me leave this alone because I need to go. Okay. Now Yvette Smith Calloway checked in. Now, is this the first book you ever wrote?
Yes, the first published book, not the first book that I've actually written, but the first one that, this is my baby. I birthed it. Yeah, actually. I've written other books, but this one was the one that I needed to move forward with. They haven't been out. They weren't published, put it that way.
Okay. Yeah. But this is the one that was published. And this was this is probably the most important one too, wasn't it?
Yes, because I should have gotten excited when I reached out to a couple publishing companies, and it took them like 3 days. They read it and they was like, well, we want to work with you. So, I told my aunt, I was like, wow, they got back, within 3 days. And she was like, listen, God told me this book is going to really, take you somewhere, and it's going to, evolve you. And so I'm like, okay. And yeah.
That's all right. Sally Holmes checked in. Good evening, Sally. It's good to see you, twin. Iris said, this is what God created you to do. You got some more books in you to be written too. Yeah, I can believe that.
Amen.
Yeah, you ain't gonna be no one and done.
No.
Okay, Yvette said, hello, childhood friend. Let me get through some more of these questions. See, because we're getting ready to have church up in here now. It's supposed to be
right. Exactly.
But you know what? So were you nervous? Were you nervous in creating this, or how'd you feel?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. And still, I don't know why, but not nervous in the sense of I don't know how I can put it, but yeah, at first I was very nervous because, like I said, you figure you get to a point in your life, and I'm trying to be, I am being obedient to the Lord, and when he put that on me to do it, I'm like, nobody's going to get this. They're not going to get it. So I was a little nervous. And then he just kept tugging on me about, hit the green button and allow the company to publish it, and you need to do it soon. So I didn't end up putting my picture on the book. I didn't, I wanted to give certain acknowledgments out, but I had to do what I had to do, what I was told to do. So
that is good stuff.
Yeah. So yep.
So where was that? Man, there was something on my mind. Okay, now did anybody mentor you to do this book, or anybody else that had knowledge of how to write a book that helped you, or you kind of like just went straight?
I went straight into it. I heard what my assignment was.
Mm-hmm.
And so I sat down and just cleared my head up, and just started brainstorming some ideas of how I could articulate the story to a certain audience, and for them to be able to understand it.
Hey man, this is to my viewers. First of all, to my viewers, will y'all please hit the share button and stop playing? Hit the share button. Hit the share button right now. Y'all taking all this good stuff in with your little selfish self. I'm just gonna keep it all to myself. We're gonna glorify and honor the Lord, but I ain't gonna tell nobody else what he did. But tell somebody else. Jennifer, Michelle, good to see you this evening. Hit the share button, because your friends may not be my friends. Now, who else? Hey, thanks, Nelson, for being obedient and sharing. Thank you, Geraldine. See, that's the kind of viewers we got. I just love them to death. Jackie, they sharing now. Boom, bang.
You done started something.
Yeah, I'm hearing some dings and some dings.
That's what I like about people who are motivators, because it's important to have people like you to encourage and push forward. See, a lot of people want to do it, but they don't really have the courage. And sometimes we have to be the cheerleaders, and we have to say, go ahead on across that line. You can do it.
Yo, yes. So,
that's one of the things I do admire, the most about you. You're willing to push the team players on across the line.
Oh, wait a minute. Jerry Peterson has some insight on you. She said, excited about what God will do. Yes, Waynette has done many things that people might not know. National Guard, several degrees, always busy.
She knows it was the Army Reserves, and I better strangle her, but go ahead. It's all good though. I love her because I know she's super proud of me, and that's my, that's what we need. We need to encourage and support one another.
Okay, I got a couple of questions about the book. First of all, how long did it take you to write your book? Start to finish.
Probably about a couple months, like to actually figure out how the storyline. I wrote this book a couple times.
Okay.
I've, like, you know what I mean? So to actually sit down and do it and say, don't leave the house, because that's what I had to do to myself. I had to turn off my phone. I had to stop making myself available and say, you're not leaving the house today until you write 2 pages.
All right, so
So
like check this out.
I just kind of brought myself along like that.
Okay. Do you see any other books in your future?
Oh yeah, I'm working on I have two other books I'm working on right now. Two separate books. Crazy,
Mhm.
isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
What you can do if you do it. So I wish that somebody would maybe send me on a trip and I could just go somewhere to a resort and relax and bang these books out.
Mhm.
Any
Okay.
volunteers?
Hey, you have not because you asked not.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. But no,
So,
yeah, I honestly am working on yeah, I have a couple other ideas going on.
well, now wait a minute. So now Sally wants to know, can you repeat the title and where to purchase? Now we might can use this opportunity. Well, tell them where the title is
Okay,
and where she can purchase.
yes, so the title of the book, everyone, um, and I'm gonna hold it up for you guys. I hope you can see that. The title of the book is From Lizzy's Lips to God's Ears. And I'm gonna ask that if anyone does not have the book yet, that I'm having a book signing December the 11th at 1 p.m. at Second Baptist Worship Center. You can purchase the book there, but I do only have 30 copies. So it would be the first 30 people that come to purchase a book would be the ones that would have the opportunity to do so. If not, you can order it at Barnes and Nobles or on Amazon Prime.
All right, good
Right.
stuff. Good stuff. Hey, what was the biggest obstacle that you encountered in writing this book?
The biggest obstacle
Yeah, well, some of
I
the
had
biggest.
to get out. I had to get out of my own way. I had
Elaborate
to
on that.
say it again.
Elaborate on that.
All right. So when I say I had to get out of my own way, if some people probably don't know, but I suffer from depression from time to time.
Mhm.
Yeah. So when you get sometimes you can get in a place where you're running around helping, doing, and you're neglecting yourself. So at the end of the day, I just started doubting myself. Like, I'd find myself getting a step ahead or thinking in my brain, and then
Mhm.
I would think that it wasn't good enough.
Mm.
And so it would I'd set it aside. And then I just had to keep praying. And I just developed like as close as I could get a relationship with the Lord, just talking to God. And it's like, just give me the courage to show me what to do. And I'm gonna promise you that from that day forward, everything kind of just piggybacked off of itself. Like when I said to him, I need someone to help me to create the character. That was an obstacle that I had to get over because I didn't really know which direction to go in, but he seems to be, or he actually is guiding me step by step with this thing. And I know he has his hands on it because this is
Mhm.
from him. It's not from me.
Mm.
Yeah, the biggest obstacle was that I needed to get out of my way. Like, yo,
All right.
are you gonna do this? And your assignment is what it is. So
That's all right. That's all right. Hey, Kimberly Jackson checked in. And Kimberly, if you haven't seen this whole interview, you can always see it because I'm going to repeat it on my page. I'll also put it on my YouTube channel. Kendra Wilson said, "You are so good enough," with about 10 exclamation points. So excited for your new season.
bless her, bless her. Yeah, I'm glad that she came on because she's phenomenal. Of I got a chance to talk to her right before the interview.
Mhm.
And when I tell you encouragement and just like brought me to tears,
Mm.
uh, just she just is amazing. And it's funny how we see each other and we think we know people, and then you don't. We
Yeah.
find out that you really don't know, or you thought you knew, or you
Yeah.
based it on what somebody told you, or
Mhm.
what you heard or what you think.
Yeah.
And that damages a lot of us because we just don't know how to uplift one another. But she sure, you know took me up, lifted up my spirits. And it was right before, because I wanted to, reach out to her. I'm trying to also start a scholarship fund for an art student as well through some of the proceeds from the book in honor of my late grandfather, who was an artist.
Kendra Wilson is truly a special person.
Oh, yeah.
I read her writings. I gave her her second job. Of course, her dad gave her her first job. I think his name was Jimmy Lee. And she went to Footstop. And I followed her over the years in her walk, her Christian walk, and how she articulates herself, not above a person's head, but hitting right in the heart, man. And it's like, it'd be like deep. That's why I really, really love Kendra, because she's really, really special. But my man Levi Bo Worthington just checked in. Let me see what Levi is talking about.
Okay.
But he said, sorry, I'm late. I will rewatch. My wife is a writer and is writing a book. Can she email you? She needs to know how you went about the publishing process. So Levi, I would reach out to Waynette some kind of way, because one of them words, I don't even know what you wrote. But I'm sure she
she can, if she would like to email me, she can email me at waynettecarter62@gmail.
You get that, Levi? That's Waynette Carter 62
at Gmail.
Okay. Hey, Levi, get on that and stop playing. Levi is one of my favorite people right there, man. Because Levi, he doesn't pretend. He's like really real.
Okay.
That's why I like him. Now let me see where I'm at, because we're almost coming to that time. You said about where the book can be purchased. Do you feel a level of excitement or a buzz about your book? Because I'm feeling it over here. Now, because you pumped this thing up. I don't know if you don't call yourself a motivator, but you pumping this thing up. Come on, talk to me.
Yeah, I really am super excited. And if it seems like I'm not, it's because I've learned to be humble and be grateful. And, sometimes we can be a little over the top with ourselves.
Right.
And I've just have sat back and watched a lot of people be their biggest fan. And that's okay too. But I just don't, I toot my horn, but I'd rather help somebody, So I'm excited, but I'm excited.
Right, good stuff. Good stuff. Hey, Levi, hit the share button on your phone too, so you can share it to your friends, because your friends ain't my friends. So now I got two more. I got one question, and then I want to turn this over to you, that you can share something with the community at large. What's next for Waynette Cox, the author? I think you probably already answered that, but I just want to make sure. What's next for you?
Yeah, that's an excellent question, because to be honest with you, I don't know. I'm trying to just process this whole thing right now and just get through this. But I know more writing, probably, definitely. And I'm just going to continue to advocate and try to, serve the Lord as much as I can, as best I can. Just doing stuff in the community.
What church you go to?
I'm a member of Second Baptist Worship Center.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Now, ladies and gentlemen, all my viewers, we have come to that time in our, I don't even like to call it an interview. I like to think of it as like a chat session or something, but whatever the case may be, this is the moment I like to allow my guests to share with the viewers anything that's on their heart. Now, my show is built on three things: information, education, and inspiration. But my viewers don't have to tie into that. But I would just love for you to share something to the viewers that will kind of like help them, because that's what this show is about. I have you as a guest, but it wasn't really about you. It was about you, but it's about the people that's listening to you. Because through you, God's going to administer hope. He's going to show what can happen if you don't quit. He's going to show you how the way you start out ain't the way you got to end up. All these things is how he's using you. So I want you to take this opportunity. Nelson said, I would love to meet you. Of course, who wouldn't? Carmen said she's so happy and proud. And Geraldine's talking about Peaches. Now, where Peaches come from, Geraldine?
Peaches, when I was born, I had hairy cheeks, hair on my cheeks, and my grandmother said I look like a Georgia peach.
Okay.
So they call me Peaches. I've been Peaches since birth. And
Oh man.
Geraldine, I'm gonna get you because you're Peter Wabbit.
Well, they telling all kind of stories. So talk to the viewers, and then after you talk to the viewers, we're going to sign off and have a great night. Come on, talk to them.
I do want to shout out my family, Michael, Marsha, Nicole, Jackie, Mike, my nieces and nephews, my children, listen, my babies, Yasmin, Harv, Andre, Talia, Aria, Ali, and Jazeel. That's my little tribe. I love you guys. Um, I just want to say that when people look at me, I want you to see that anything is possible if you put your mind to it. And I remember people telling me that I remember Amanda Buchanan, Miss Amanda said hard work pays off. And I was working at this really difficult job and I looked at her like she was like had two heads, And but I will say to her, she was right. She absolutely was right. So I would advise anybody that whatever you dream, can just follow up with it. And even if you don't think you can do it, you won't know until you try. Everything is a trial and error, and it should be. We should never stagnate ourselves based on the lack of failure or thinking that we're going to fail. I'm soon to be 60 if the Lord allows it. So that itself should let you know that anything is possible. Anybody can do whatever they want. They put their mind to it.
And I thought you was going to have the last word, but people are still pouring in with all these accolades and love. Y'all getting ready to make me cry. Where's my handkerchief at? Ain't nobody.
You know
playing.
what?
No,
And I'm dead serious because when you look, if you sit and you look and you think sometimes that people don't care or they're not supportive, you'd be surprised. I was once told when you least expect it. And sometimes the ones that will give you the least will offer you the most.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I certainly do.
I do love my community and my people my people know how I am. I'm really, really passionate. Like if you're on my squad, you have no worries. If I got it, you got it. We're good always. And I will take the shirt off my back. I have. So that's, that's why I'm excited because people really genuinely know who I am. A lot of people don't, but a lot of people do.
Well, here's a few things of some people that do know and what you have done for them just this evening. Ms. Arvilla said, awesome interview. Thanks, Fonz, for capturing great people, talking about you, in our community. Waynette, you are truly an inspiration.
Thank
Amina
you.
said, love you, so proud of you, sis. You knew the assignment. Okay, here comes Iris. You have inspired me, but I always knew you were gifted. Now you can start crying right now if you want. It's okay. I love you. Keep being the great queen God created you to be. Keep laughing, girl, and making others laugh. Carmen M. Green said, so inspiring. That's right. In 45 minutes, you have touched people all around our city. Jerry Peterson said, everybody loves Waynette. Bernadette Runner, who's going to be my new daughter-in-law, said, we love you with a heart.
Congratulations.
Jackie said, enjoy the journey. Jerry said, she'll take you in the rain just to get me crabs. Oh my goodness. So you don't gotta laugh in good mood, Jerry, because she's breaking down up on here.
Yeah. You got me, Fonz.
The Mia Joe Alice is watching, and we are glad, and we've come to that moment. Let me tell you something. I am so honored that you allowed me to come into your home and to find out who the heck Waynette Carter Cox is.
Yeah.
I knew you, but I didn't know you. And you mentioned that earlier. We see people all the time, and I'm so glad and I'm so honored that you've allowed me into your room. I'm so glad God gave me this platform so I can get to know some people, and who in turn, other people can get to know other people in our community. Man, it's too small for us to be strangers to realize the strengths and everything else. And I always like to use this phrase. You guys got to figure it out what it means. Sometimes we walk all over diamonds looking for coconuts.
Wow.
Hey, if nobody told you that they love you today, Brother Fonz loves you. There's no doubt that Waynette loves you. Coatesville is rising. I want you all to have a great night, and we're going to talk to you soon. Peace out.
Peace. Thanks, Fonz.
You're welcome. Bam.